What is up, lovies? Happy New Year. I just wanted to stop by, pop in, say what's up. I have a couple disclaimers before we start this episode. So for one, the first couple episodes of this new year are gonna actually be throwback episodes that I recorded last year that I never got to upload just because I feel like I was dropping gems, and I do feel like they're still good episodes even though I didn't post them around the time that I was supposed to. So if you hear me referencing like some things that like are in the past, or like saying like, oh, you haven't heard from me in 2 weeks, yeah, just disregard that because they're old videos. Secondly, I do want to make a disclaimer that this video is not to say do not chase your dreams, do not go after what you feel like is yours. This video is for people who've already given everything they got, exhausted all of their resources, all of their options, and they're scared about possibly taking a step back or transitioning into going back into the corporate world. So I don't want to make it seem like that is a connotation because, you know, shooters gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot again. Shit, we all chasing our dreams out here. So I just don't want y'all to think that I'm saying don't do that, because definitely 100% do it till you can't anymore. Life is too short to not exhaust all your options and put all of it in there. But also, if you need to evolve your options, that's what this video is for. And then lastly, I did take all of those vacations at the end of the year and they were great. I did not vlog them due to I just didn't feel like it. I just wanted to live through those vacations. So I did reference those vacations as well in this video, and I did not upload those clips. Other than that, we're completely done with the disclaimers. Enjoy this video. I love you guys. Happy New Year's. I cannot see or wait to see what this podcast is gonna hold for us. Okay, enjoy. Okay, so I really hope you guys cannot hear the washer because I don't feel like recording in my room. So viewer discretion is advised. What's up, y'all? It's been a little minute. Did upload season 2 episode 1, but I did not promote it. Life was lifing, y'all. Y'all see me 2 weeks ago, and now we're back again with another episode. Okay, so little life update. Where do I want to start? There's like so much I want to talk about, but also I am doing a special birthday video next week, so I'm like, I don't want to do too much, say too much, because I think that video is going to be a little bit more of like the growth lessons and things like that, so watch out for that. But I have been growing so much. The people pleaser in me has been dying. And like, if you know me personally, I'm like one of those people, I hate disappointing like my close friends and family. Like, it really hurts me. It makes me physically sick. I will not eat for days. I will not sleep for days. Like, I will literally be like in this zombie state because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've disappointed or let someone down. And I just get into this guilt trip mode, like with myself, if it makes sense. I've literally been working through that so intentionally these past couple weeks. Like, I'm so proud of that. I've been really standing up for myself and standing up for what I want, even if it's gonna hurt feelings. I've definitely been doing that. Just sitting in uncomfortable spaces and uncomfortable conversations and still like standing on what I said, and not in like a disrespectful way, but in like a boundary setting way. Because like I keep saying, like my old therapist said, Rosette, if you see in this, boundaries are a way to teach people how to stay in your life, basically. Yeah, I've been getting better with that. And I'm really excited about that because even though it feels uncomfortable in the moment, I know that it's like little things that are molding me into the person I want to be. So that is exciting for me. Also, I have a lot of trips coming up. So my birthday's next week, and I'm then Houston in October, camping in November. Yeah, so I have a lot of fun vlogs coming up, and then I also have other content coming. I'm gonna do like a hard soft launch of that, so I don't want to give too much info, but it's definitely gonna still tie into like the mental health and wellness space. But as you guys know, I love cooking. I've been meal prepping lately, and I've been working out a lot, trying different things fitness wise. Yeah, I'm really excited about that content that's coming up. I've been working on that, so a lot of fun stuff that's coming towards the end of this year that I've been concocting. I've been working on. I got so much energy today, y'all, so let's just get to the episode. Welcome back to the Shania Diaries. This is not your typical mental health podcast. This is also a lifestyle podcast where we talk about elevation, entrepreneurship, and everything that it takes to be 20-something trying to figure it out and make it in this world. So this is season 2, episode 2, the rebrand that nobody wants, entrepreneur to employee. Let's talk about it, because I feel like it's this unspoken thing where like society shames us for like chasing our dreams and failing. And it's so weird to me. And it's not even like, I don't even want to say chasing your dreams and failing, but chasing your dreams and then having to go back to corporate America, or like it just not working out the way that you wanted it to or the way you dreamt it to. I feel like there is no problem with that. And I even made a TikTok about this, but I wanted to make a whole video dedicated to this because this is something that's happened to me at least twice, where I've jumped out on the, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the rebrand. This is the vision. This is the plan. And it didn't go the way that I wanted to. So I was like, okay, I have a career. I have a career field I can fall back on. Let me do that. And how sometimes it's not looked at as like a positive thing. It's looked at as like a, oh, you're a failure kind of thing. And I don't like that. And I feel like because of this like mindset and this unspoken rhetoric that we have in this society, like people are so scared to dream out loud or like even jump on a win. Because it's like the judgment. Now everything's on TikTok. Now, like, you know, people want to document their journeys, and it's okay if your journey fails. Even I experienced, and again, I've been doing this. I've been trying and failing. Why am I still scared? You know what I mean? I don't want to make this video seem like it's a because it's like a shared feeling. Like, I feel this too. But we shouldn't be ashamed of trying. This is our one life we have. If we don't try, I don't want to be the type of person that gets old and then been like, dang, I could have been like this, or I could have been like that person. Like, no, I am going to be that person. And I honestly feel like the more I try, find my vision becomes, and the more guided I get. I do tie that into my faith as well, because I do know there's plenty of stories in the Bible where like he shows you your purpose through the struggle a lot, and a lot of stories in the Bible. And so that's kind of what it is in failing. It's like you're finding your purpose as you continuously fail, because you're trying. And like, okay, this avenue didn't work, so let me try this avenue and this avenue. And the more avenues you try, it like narrows it down. And it refines it. So what made me also want to think about this is I love McConan. I used to love his music back in like middle school, early high school, I think it was. Like the club going up on a Tuesday, we was in school though, in school. I really liked his music, and you know, everyone knew that he like disappeared. Nobody knew where he went. Okay, cool. So to find out, I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw that he made a TikTok video. So let's watch it together, because I feel like it's really important for like the podcast message today.
I'm not even a celebrity. I'm a regular person that works a job, and now everybody's making fun of me, trying to say, that's what you get because you're a celebrity and you work in a job and you fell off and you have nothing going on for you, and that's why so-and-so and this and that and that, nana. You trying to help yourself. Look at you. And you over there laughing with them. This should I be doing that? I'm saying it right now. This is me telling them right now. And you in there laughing with them at me, dealing with the shit I got to deal with. So now they finna see, like, damn, even his own home, he get laughed at. That nigga ain't shit. It's like, I know y'all this, but I know I'm not the only one who's gonna do this. No, they don't do it all. You see how they be doing me? You see how they be doing me? That's what I wanted y'all to see in real time, how they be doing me.
Y'all, that makes me so sad. That makes me so sad. Because like he said, like, I'm getting made fun of because I'm trying to help myself. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it really sucks that he has people in his real life too that's also like adding to that. Like that's absolutely insane. I'd rather fail at following my dreams than live an average life where I'm fucking scared all the time and I'm working for somebody else's dream. Cause sorry, like you know how much money they be making off of us, y'all? You know how much money these corporations be making off of us. It's no problem with wanting to be an employee. There's really not. But you can't shame somebody for wanting to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's journey is linear. It's not. And so the fact that this is a lot of people's reality because they tried and failed is really sad, because it brings on a lot of freaking shame. It does. And let's just get into it, because I really broke this down into categories. First, we're going to talk about the entrepreneur to employee pipeline, just going from there to there. Everyone likes to talk about following your passion, and yeah, this is so exciting when it's new and fresh, but then they also don't want to talk about like having a contingency plan on if you need to go back. Like for me, I didn't make a contingency plan like the first 2 times. No contingency plan. It was like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. It has to. And when it didn't, my first thing that I did was I hid. I stopped posting. I stopped being as present, because I was like, okay, cool, I'm embarrassed and this is not working. So I was like, let me fall back from the light and let me try harder. I'm like, maybe if I try harder on the back end, things will work out. Sometimes it's just not your time. Sometimes it is not your time. It's not your lane. I've been realizing, just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you need to have a business in it, or doesn't mean that you need to be profitable off of it. Some things are just meant to be a hobby. Some things are just meant to be like a little side hustle. Like, you know, it's not meant to be a whole business model. And what led me to realize that when you actually run a business in something, you realize like, dang, I have to do I have to do the ins and the outs, the foundation, that everything involving this business. It's not just the, oh, I get to show up and actually do the fun part of it. And I think that's where I got lost a lot in my young adulthood, was like, I got so passionate with the things that I was good at, I didn't realize like, okay, cool, that now this has to be like your thing. Like you have to, you have to create a brand with this thing. And I realized I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be, how do I say this without blowing up my shit? I realized while doing that, like, I don't want to have a business in this. I just like this as a hobby and I'm good at it. So let me just go back to this just being something that I like to do for fun. And there's no problem with that. There's no problem with changing your mind. Like I'm so hard on myself whenever I change my mind. Like I always feel like you said you're gonna do this, so you're gonna do it. And I almost like punk myself into not failing, and then in turn I produce like half-ass work, or I produce things that like, yeah, half-ass work, or just things that I don't really give a fuck about because I'm just like, okay, cool, well I need to do something so I can at least say I did something. Like, no, you can just say that you don't want to do it anymore. It's not the end of the world at all. Sometimes it feels like it because you're psyching yourself into feeling like it, but that's not the reality of the situation. And then what's so crazy, corporate America is a safety net that society approves of. So it's like you're mad, literally, like how McConaughey, I don't even know what his real name is, but just like he said, like, you guys are mad because I'm trying to help myself. You guys are mad because I'm trying to help myself and be stable. I'm sorry, but not everybody can handle financial instability. I know I can't. My anxiety, hell nah. The minute I can't go out and buy my little ramen, I'm sit crying, feeling all types of fucked up. To each its own. Everybody has a different vision of their life, and for me, I like convenience, I like comfortability, and I like being able to do what the fuck I want to do. If I can't do that while being an entrepreneur, I'm gonna adapt that dream. I'm gonna adapt that to where I can still be happy in this life, because like I said the last episode, I'm working on being happy along the journey and not just feeling like, okay, cool, I'm gonna be happy once I get there. No more of that. So next we're gonna talk about the societal shame of failing, because that's a whole nother thing. Because why are we feeling the shame? Because we're embarrassed to be seen trying. That's just what it is. Nobody likes to be seen trying and failing, especially publicly. And it's like people clap for you when you leave corporate America, and when you first launch your dream, everyone's so excited, but then they're looking at you crazy when you decide to go back to work. They be looking at you crazy, and then they ask you questions like, oh, what happened to your business? What's going on with that podcast? What's going on with you selling that lemonade stand? Girl, nothing actually. The shit's still going on. Like, I don't like how there's like a preconceived notion that just because I went back to work that I'm not still working on my dreams and passions. No, they're still getting worked on. You ever heard of multitasking? There's so many people who are running great businesses while also still working a job. There's so many content creators who also still work jobs. Like, I think people, like, we got into this whole like COVID thing, and then it brought us in this dystopian society where everyone felt like they're meant to be an entrepreneur. And like, trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I got lost in the sauce too. I told y'all I already tried this twice, but I'm 25 now, and the frontal lobe is developing a little bit more, so I can analyze my decisions I made and realize, okay, this is where I may have messed up. So as someone who's experienced it, I think it's like we go in this dystopian society and this mindset, and we're just like, if they can do it, I can do it. And yes, we all do have the same 24 hours. But do you have the same work ethic that person has? Do you have the same resources that person has? Do you have the same environment that person has? There's so many factors that go into people's success. And then also, is your vision of success the same vision that they have of success? 9 times out of 10, no, it's not. 9 times out of 10, the majority of that, there's going to be a lot of that off, because you are different. Everyone's a snowflake. Everyone is freaking different. Everyone is different, and that's okay. So that means everyone's business is going to be different. So just because they worked in Shogo maybe 2-3 years and then blew up, doesn't mean that at your 2-3 year mark that you're just going to all of a sudden blow up. No, that's just not the reality of things. And that's okay. Find your sauce. Find what works for you. That's all we can do outside of giving up. If you feel like giving up to option, then like, shit, give up. It's your life. It's not like, but don't just not try. Like, that's just great. Failing gets treated as like a walking joke rather than like a badge of courage for trying. Watching that video and like hearing the shame in his voice and hearing how like defeated he felt is so crazy to me, because I'm like, Drake featured your song. Like, what? That is like the coolest thing ever. Like, I would literally say that in like my work presentations when they're like, do like 2 truths and a lie. That would literally be in my 2 truths and a lie. That's so interesting. Who can say that? Not many people. And it's like, that's the same person who's sitting sad and feeling shameful on TikTok. It's just crazy. People are going to his job and recording him in the kitchen making food, like, because he's trying. Like, it just blows me. It just blows me because a lot of people say like, no, it's okay to fail. This isn't happening in real life. And he's like a real life example of how society is. People are fucking weird. Literally fucking weird. Why are you doing that? That's weird as fuck. And that's the same thing that I was silently afraid of. Like, oh, people are gonna laugh at me if I fail. People are gonna talk about me if I fail. And like, granted, I'm not super fucking famous, so like I can't see that many people laughing at me or whatever. But shit like this is the reality that it's fucking happening. We can't deny the fact that people are fucking mean, people are rude, and people are unrealistic when it comes to like what success looks like. Just because my life ended up this way does not mean that like it's a failure. It doesn't mean I haven't achieved anything. I feel like that also ties into like the illusion of success and how society feels like it should be instant, and if you're meant to be an entrepreneur, it just pops off immediately. Like, a lot of people, the majority of people's success is a slow burn unless they come into like generational wealth, they win the lottery, or you know, they win the social media lottery and just go super viral because the algorithm loves them. But the vast majority of us, we're slow burning our way there. It also feels like that continues to foster the fake it till you make it mindset. And I feel like we've mistaken the fake it till you make it as lying. We've taken it as lying and faking a lifestyle because we're too ashamed to admit that shit's not working. And I feel like originally when the whole fake it till you make it thing came out, it was more of like a mindset, fake the mindset until you make it your reality kind of thing. We took it literally as fake it, act like we really have motion and really have all this other shit going on until we actually do. And you know, it works for some people. It doesn't work for the vast majority though. Like, it's not realistic. And I think that's why I really pride myself on being as genuine and real as possible, and not allowing myself to carry the shame publicly failing even though I'm embarrassed, because I'm like, at least it's real, and at least if anybody ever comes across my content, they won't feel as alone. Because it's like, who talks about failing? Who really talks about trying and failing? Who talks about being a failed content creator or a failed musician or a failed whatever? And honestly, I don't even think it's failing as long as you don't give up. So I don't even want to put that connotation on it. But like, I was an evolving artist, an evolving content creator, an evolving podcast host. Like, yeah, that's a better connotation on it. That's a way better connotation on it. But who really talks about those things? Not a lot of people. And also, if they are, that type of content is not being pushed as much. What's being pushed is the people who are instant takeoffs and stuff, and that's just how the algorithm works, unfortunately. People do like to see some people, it's weird, it's like people either want to see people super struggling and barely trying, like the Resilient Jenkins and like what's that other lady who they be saying is on drugs, Grit Baby. Like, they either like to see shit like that, or they like to see like Alex Earl, Clark. I love Clark. I love Clark's content. Or people like that. Like, it's like either black or white. You want to see struggling and barely trying, or you want to see barely trying and living a luxury, lavish lifestyle. The algorithm doesn't really push the in-betweeners. Not as much. At least on my feed. I don't know what y'all feed is like, but at least from my feed and from what I've seen in my business analytics, that in between, unless you just have some strong momentum starting off, yeah, it's hard to maintain an audience in the in-between, because a lot of people are in the in-between. So it's like, it's relatable content, but it's like, let's talk about the fear factor of failing. Society makes failing scarier than what it actually is. Like, a lot of people, if we're being completely honest, not that many people see us failing. Yes, our immediate family, our immediate friends, and like maybe the people like on our Instagram that we went to high school with sees it, but other than that, it's not the biggest of deals. And I've really been trying to adopt myself. If their life doesn't motivate me or inspire me, why the F should I care about what they think about mine? Because a lot of people who have the life that I am striving for don't have the time or energy to be shaming people or laughing at people. They're over there improving their own shit. So me personally, like, that's a mindset I'm adopting. It's not as scary as it feels. Like, coming back to social media, it's fucking fun. I don't care. I'm making my little podcast episodes, and I'm making my little vlogs and do what the fuck I want to do. And yeah, what about it? It's not failing until you stop. I don't care. Consistency isn't linear. Your journey isn't linear. And who knows, maybe this time when you start up, you have the momentum to keep going. that enough is an inspiration to want to keep going, especially if you're doing something that you're passionate about. Like I said before, we're not scared of failure. We're scared of people talking shit. We're scared of trying and looking like we're failing and people talking shit. But maybe that just means you need to change your circle. Change your circle, adapt, talk to new people. Like, if your current circle of people don't support you, find a new one. Again, we only have one life, and I feel like I rather surround myself with people trying and failing and us motivating each other than people who aren't and making me feel bad about trying and trying to improve my life. I'd rather become like an older adult, like in my late 40s and early 50s, and if I don't get to where I want to get, I'll still be so happy knowing that I spent my whole young adulthood trying and failing, because I have so many stories and I have so many memories and I have so many cool people I've met. That experience is almost worth as much as actually achieving what I want to achieve, honestly. Living a great life is just as big as a reward for me personally. But I think it also ties into like, what are your core values? Like, what do you value as a person? And if you don't know, that's okay, because I feel like I have to reassess mine every couple years, especially as I grow and go through things. But if you don't know what your core values are, sit down with yourself, journal, and write them down. And then once you write your core values, that's the foundation that you build everything on. All of my content for all of the different brands and things that I like to do are built on these core pillars, and then things just flourish out of them, kind of thing. I would say if you're struggling with that, evaluate that first and then build your community and environment around that. Okay, and so lastly, we're going to talk about the mental health angle. And so how a lot of times we leave our job for our mental health, but then we have to go back because we can't handle the financial instability and how that weighs on you mentally. And it's also like a self-worth trap, because it's like you tie your self-worth into whether your dream worked out or not. And that's not how things work. You are still worthy. You are still valuable. You are still creative. You are still brilliant. You are still good at what you do, whether your business model worked or not. And I think that's the thing that we also need to like internalize. You don't need to be insecure if it doesn't work. It's not because your product sucked. Sometimes it is because it sucked. But what I'm saying is not all the time because it sucked. Maybe your advertising isn't good. Maybe there's so many different reasons. A lot of the times, instead of realizing that maybe it's not our time, we get down on ourselves and we get insecure and we get negative and those self-hating words and mindsets and things like that. And it's not worth it, honestly. And as someone who is literally fighting my inner demons all the time, I'm telling you from experience, it's so hard. I constantly have to fight with myself, like, you are worthy, you are valuable. Like, just because it doesn't work out does not mean that you are a failure. I talk so negatively to myself, y'all, like, it's crazy. I don't speak from I'm there and I'm healed. I'm bringing y'all along the journey with me. My mom always tells me the world is already hard enough. You don't need to be hard on yourself. You don't need to be mean to yourself on top of what is already going on in the world. I'm gonna give that little piece of love to you guys too, because it's hard. Be nice to yourself. Sometimes things is what it is, but you need to reframe it. Like, for instance, a lot of people call themselves crazy. If you're not mentally crazy, like psychosis, like have a mental health like issue, then maybe reword it as to you're passionate. And sometimes when you get super passionate, your emotional intelligence goes out the window. That's a better way to reframe it. You're not taking responsibility for your actions and maybe the little thrown off shit you do, but you're just reframing it to where it's a positive thing that you will want to work on, rather than just being like, I'm crazy and what about it? Because that's not productive. That's actually counterintuitive to growth, depending on the kind of person you're trying to be. I don't know though. I don't know. So all in all, what I'm saying is it's okay to pivot. It's okay to adapt that plan. And it's okay to sometimes realize maybe that's not for you. That is a part of life. It's a part of growth. Growth isn't linear. It goes up and down, just like the stock market, y'all. Like, it's not like this for everybody. Give yourself some grace and love the journey along the way. And this coming from somebody who is also trying to do the same thing, because it's freaking hard. Find your core values, find what anchors you, find what keeps you sane and eases that anxiety, and just go from there. I remember the guy from Everybody Hates Chris, the main actor, I forget his name, y'all. I'm terrible at names. I'll put it up here if I can find the video clip. But he said the one thing that he misses is just the journey of getting to where he wanted to get, because he was able to make big mistakes and it wasn't a huge deal because he wasn't where he is now, and he was able to grow and learn. I implore you, I challenge you to join the journey with me of trying to enjoy the journey no matter what it looks like. Whether it looks like you having to go back to corporate America for a little bit, whether it looks like you thugging it out and, maybe eating hamburger helper every night because you rather just chase your dreams. whatever it looks like, it's yours, and that's what makes it beautiful. That is the end of episode 2 of season 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh crap, we did not have a journal topic for this episode. It's okay, we didn't have a journal topic, but we did talk about some hot shit. So since we didn't have a journal topic, please drop down below what was your favorite part of the podcast, and if you learned anything, what was a hidden gem? Did I drop something that resonated with you? If it did, drop that in the comments, or share this with someone who you feel like it will help. Share this with an entrepreneur or an artist or anybody who just needs a little bit of motivation. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to follow me on my socials. I am going to be posting more often on there. I love you guys so much. If you ever need anything, hit me up, and I will see you next episode. Bye.